Hello, I'm Kurt Chekla, President and CEO of TCT Federal Credit Union. Our credit union was founded in 1959 by educators who were trying to have a better quality of life. In a time when the nation was trying to get back on its feet, the people of this extraordinary generation dedicated their lives to create a future for people that was better than their own. Legendary journalist Tom Brokaw called them the greatest generation. They endured countless challenges as they pioneered their path in time. Their stories inspired generations to come, stories like Ralph Nicolson Jr., a teacher at Glens Falls High School and a founding member of TCT. Ralph H. Nicolson Jr. was born September 10, 1923 in Amarillo, Texas. He grew up in Los Angeles and was involved with the Boy Scouts, for which he earned the Life Badge. Ralph graduated from the Manual Arts High School in 1942 and continued his education at the Los Angeles City College. Through an Army Specialized Training Program, he earned his bachelor's and master's degree in industrial arts at the Oswego State Teachers College. He served his country during World War II as a combat engineer with the newly formed 75th Infantry Division and was wounded in action during the Battle of the Bulge. He was 22 years old. Mr. Nicolson lived to be 96, and like many from his generation, he made where he lived better.
We were in Belgium during the winter, and it was a little bit on the rough side. We were liberating some people that were in dire circumstances, and you went ahead and did it. I was hit in '45. I was one of the first in the company to be evacuated because of injury. I figure a German saved my life, actually. Had to go across an opening, and he chased me across that opening with a zip gun. And it sounds like a sewing machine. Yeah. And luckily, I guess, because it's so fast that the barrel has a tendency to rise.
Sure.
And he was snapping those bullets right over the top of my head, all the way across that opening. And so I had to go back across that opening again later.
Oh my gosh.
And when I stepped out of the building where I was and getting ready to go across that opening, hesitation, and the length of time it would have taken me to get to where that mortar hit. It would have hit me right on top of the head. War is not nice. It was a funny thing. The hospital I was in England, where I left to come home, the fellow came into the room sick. He had tonsillitis and was real sick, and he determined who went by boat and who went by airplane. Oh. And he was sick, and so they brought him stuff and helped him. And he couldn't believe it because he was in combat, and we were treating him just as we treated the combat guys. And when he left, he says, "Boy, I'll never forget this ward." Oh. And everybody in that ward flew home. You got your orders, wow. And it was to an airplane instead of a boat. I was from Southern California. I went home for a short while, but during my training years and so forth like that, I met a cute little girl. She lived in Oneana, and I met her in Potsdam. And so we got together and got married 72 years ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So we've been here. I went to school here and taught here. And now we're retired here.
You seem very happy.
Yeah, we are. I mean, a beginning teacher, back in those days, I hate to say this, but I started for $3,000 a year. And we moved into a house. The house that we bought was a low-income house. And we could pay the mortgage, and we were able to do it. But we weren't making an awful lot of money. I was the school representative. At the time when we first started, we were meeting in the library of the Queensbury School. This was the Tri-County Teachers Association. And at one of those meetings, we decided that we were going to form the credit union because of the advantages that it had. And so we did, and other schools in the 3 counties joined. It was amazing that when we sat there in that library and decided to make that change, to try to do something for the teachers, it worked out, and I can't say enough about it. And it was a real good thing, and I'm happy I was involved with it.